What's something that someone can do that makes you instantly hate them? A long time ago I was working at this cheesy company and they had this thing where the district manager would randomly call one of the offices once a month and ask whoever answered, rotating call system, what the top values of the company were. There was like a list of 5 things. If you got it right, you'd win $1,000. Well, one day I got the phone call. My heart was in my throat because I was so nervous, but I knew the answers. I felt like my prayers had been answered. I couldn't pay my rent, I was always low on gas or completely out of food. I had even gone without heat in my car during northern winter because I couldn't afford to fix it. I was always drowning, no matter how hard I worked, with no resources, no credit or help around me, always stressed. Well, the manager congratulated me for my knowledge and told me I won the $1,000. Still on the phone, I felt like a weight lifting off me, a sense of joy and ease coming, until a few people, all guys, came over laughing their buttocks off and said it was Dave pranking me. I died inside. I started crying and yelling how cruel it was to do that. I was a young girl, in my early 20s then, and Dave was like in his 40s, I think. I was in disbelief. I am always friendly to everyone. Why me? They didn't care how much it upset me. The whole lot of them. I'm 47 now and still remember the disappointing ache I felt in my heart that day more than 20 years ago. Duck you, Dave, and you other fools too, wherever you are. I knew a girl who ran a rescue for hedgehogs. She had this one baby that she raised from he was a few weeks old. She adored him, it was intense work with him being so young, he was orphaned and she raised him until he was ready for release. He had a small blue mark on his spikes for identification purposes. A few weeks after his release she saw a group of kids crowded around something in a park nearby, so she went to investigate. It was her baby hedgehog. They'd set him on fire with lighter fluid and were laughing and watching him burn. He had already passed when she got there. She was able to identify him by the blue mark. I don't know how she didn't unleash hell onto those kids, that's pure evil and they would have deserved it. I know she had to take a long break from rescue work after that, it just about broke her. It still makes me sick to my stomach to think about. When they either accidentally or intentionally talk at the same time as someone or just straight up interrupt, they never go, "Oh sorry you go," but instead brute force their talking through. A girl in my indoor soccer team used to do this, and one time I said to my friend, "The next time she does it, I'm just not going to back down." Next time, she interrupted me. It was me and her talking to my friend continuously for like 2 minutes with him losing his mind trying to listen to both of us, and at the end of it was like she was completely unaware. I am an atheist and I work with a lot of hardcore Christians for my summer job. I don't have a problem with their beliefs, but once they all learned I don't believe in God, which was after I worked with them for like 4 summers, one person in particular started treating me much differently. He would always tell me how bad my work was and how anything I said was wrong because of my lack of belief. This includes history, which I have a degree in and teach during the school year. I had a lot of respect for this guy until he learned I was an atheist. Luckily for me, he has no real power over me and I don't let it bother me. I especially lost respect for him considering that most of my other coworkers are much more empathetic or at least willing to let me talk about something I am way more qualified than them to speak intelligently on. And for that I have gained respect for them. So for me, it wouldn't be just pushing religious beliefs but also changing the way you act around people with other beliefs. Thank you so much for listening. New to the channel? Consider to subscribe. I will be posting once or twice a week.